Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. I have a question from customer service that came into customer service, and this one's submitted by Mel Raskin. And Mel says, Serge, I have been using your swing for about a year and still have problems coming over the top with too deep a divot. The driver is the worst club, as I seem to hit weak pushes to the right most of the time. I think that the face must be open too much. I had the pleasure of working only for 2 hours with Charlie Sampson in Florida last February, and he did make me custom golf clubs, but I was not able to work with him later because it was time to go home. Well, that's great. You did the right thing. We're working with Charlie. He's a certified fitter, and most fitters can actually give you some good help on the golf swing too. And so you did one part of the thing right, so we know you got good clubs. So now we've got to figure out, why do you keep coming over the top? And I'm getting a lot of questions on that lately, and in many cases, somewhat the answer is always the same, except for little quirks that might be revealed in the swing, in what they wrote. And in your case, I think you're going to give us the majority of today's topic, with your closing couple sentences. You go on to say, I am a XXX size. And you ask this question: does a large body need to do anything different for the vertical swing? Any help would be appreciated. Again, thanks, from Mel. Okay, Mel, body shape does have a lot to do with swinging a golf club, but basically, normal human beings, we have one thing basically in common, barring any major issues of malformed body parts, or body parts that have been hurt in injuries or whatever. The arms are designed for one thing: to swing in front of the body. And they can only swing in front. They can't go through, and they can't go behind. All right? So the number one issue here is that since they can't go behind, if one tries to make too much of a swing, what's going to happen is, whenever your arm's getting behind your toe line, and rule number 2 in the 5 rules for the peak performance swing, the surge swing, whatever one you want to call it, is you turn only to your toe line, because we can only swing in front of us. And rule number 3 is, once I go to the toe line, if I keep turning and go past the line, the arms begin to break, rotate, and fall behind the body. And that's what gets deep. And so when you're deep and you're in the sacred burial ground now, right, everything behind the toe line is a sacred burial ground. SBG, you can stand in it, but if you swing in it, you're dead. Because once you're in it, you got to get out of it to get back to the aiming line, to be able to swing down to the target line. And once you're out, you're out. And if you come out and around too much, you can hit pulls to the left. And everything depends on how the face gets back to the ball. The face can come down too steep. You can chunk it, top it, hit the top of the ball. You can pull out of the shot and start thinning it, chunk it again if you pull out and fall backwards. It's just a panacea of panacea. That's a really bad word. It's a Pandora's box of problems. It just opens them all up. So the key is, you're losing your spine angle, and it's causing all these issues. So the question becomes, that I want to address mostly this one, because you brought it up, and I don't think it's ever been brought up before about does your body play a part here? Yes, your body plays a part. The beauty of the peak performance golf swing is that even if we have liabilities like bad necks, bad shoulders, bad backs, ankles that are bad, we can make adjustments in your setup and slightly in your swing to help you stay on a better path to be able to hit the ball solid and relatively straight. All right? That's what this swing is. The greatest thing about this swing, because even though we teach everybody the same swing, it's like a sculptor. We can manipulate your setup and work your setup and your swing in the way that your body's designed to move. In other words, we're going to find out what is your range of motion, and how can you move, set up, and move, which will keep the club the closest to on, square, and solid, like we're supposed to do. We go with that. We teach everybody the same swing, but we can massage it and manipulate it, the setup of the swing for each individual person. And so in your case, you're a XXX. That means you're a big guy. Now, we got some people that might be XXXs, golfers, men, mostly because they got this humongous beer belly. Some guys are just really big guys, like guys who played linemen on football teams, and just big, huge guys. They're wearing 50-size jackets, sport coats and stuff. I mean, they're big, huge, big people. And so sometimes they'll be big, but they won't have the big, so to speak, beer belly. But either way, no matter what we are, and let us not forget the ladies out there. we got ladies that have extraordinarily good-sized breasts that get in the way. And when you do the peak performance golf swing, they don't. And that's why women love this swing so much. And so the point I want to talk about is everybody can swing their arms in front of their body. Years and years ago, could be at least 10 or 15 years back, there was some teaching came out that said you had to adjust your path and plane for your body size. And their comment was tall, thin people should swing vertical, and shorter or real broad people, big bellies should swing around themselves. Hello, if anything, that's just stupidly backwards. But the thing that's not good about it is the fact that I don't care what size you are, if your arms can move and you can swing, they're going to go up and down in front of your body. And so you don't want them ever touching your body. So I have a concept that says, and when I have my plane trainer thing that I used, when you put it on, the whole key is to keep your arms in front of your body. They should never touch your body. I tell men, put a pack of cigarettes in each one of your breast pockets, and you should never touch them. You should clear them, not crush. And so women have that built-in pack of cigarettes. Some men, if they got a little bit more belly, I tell them, all right, you got to put 2, maybe even 3 packs of cigarettes in there and not crush them. And even if you do have to stand out here a little bit higher, you can still swing straight up. It's got a pretty good chance of coming straight down and not really heaving out over the top like you would be if you got your bigger chest in your arms and you're turning in or swinging your arms too far, and they're going to collapse more. So the more they collapse here, the more they're going to expand out there. And so what collapses here is going to expand out there. And so what goes straight up comes straight down and has a better chance of going straight back up. So we want to clear the chest, clear the belly, clear the breasts, not crush them. And I mean, I can't tell you how many ladies I've taught who were told me that they were instructed, even by other lady professionals, to crush their breasts on when they swing. That's insane. Clear, no crushing, clear. And the wider one person is, the broader your body, and the more protruded it is, whether it be belly or breast, the more you want to make sure that you keep swinging your arms in front of your body so they never touch you. And clear, do not crush. And I think you'll find that there's a good chance with your physiology, your arms are probably collapsing behind your body, and what collapses is going to expand as it pops back out. And there's the outside in and causing all those issues you talked about. So the key is, you might have to adjust your setup. Sometimes if we have big bellies or ladies with very large breasts, they might have to learn to stand taller. They might need to get a little bit longer clubs. That's when you need to go see a fitter. They might maybe have to bend over just a fraction more to keep their arms above it, but it's always clearing. It's never, you can never start up against your belly, or for women with their arms under their breasts and then flip it on top. You have to start. It's over. It's never under. It's got to be over. Never touch your body. All right? Clear. Don't crush or touch. All right? When you do that, you just be straight back and it catches me up the tree, and then right here on this side, because you're turning through, should never touch your body on that side. Your arms should swing right up with your hands right to your ear and recoil and relax. Never wraps around your body. And many times if you're going to go here and it collapses, it goes around, your arms are going to come and collapse on this side because action, reaction. So what goes deep here goes out and comes back in on this side. But what goes straight up has a lot better chance of coming straight down and going straight back up. And if you do that, guess what? You're going to see that you're going to make a lot better swings and hit the bullseye. That's it for the search for today on what our body does, how our arms are designed to swing in relation to our body, and it's designed perfectly to swing on, square and solid down the line so you can hit it more solid, straight, longer, and shoot those lower scores. Well, that's it for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.